Taking a look at your leaderboard from round one at the Wells Fargo Championship. Traditionally played at Quail Hollow, but 2022 President's Cup at Quail Hollow, so got to take it somewhere else. This one going down at TPC Potomac, and Jason Day loving the change of scenery. They 7 under, 8 birdies and a lone bogey in his opening round, shooting a 63, but they are packed up as plenty living in the red on Thursday, including Joel Gehman, who's just one shot back and shot that 64, not in his traditional bucket hat, but in a regular hat. We'll see what our expert has to say about all that. Let's push it well beyond the numbers with CBS data scientist and the host of the First Cut podcast, Rick Gehman. Rick, bit of a check your calendar type leaderboard here. Like, what year is it? Plenty of names struggling heading into the week. Living in the red here on Thursday, Jason Day out in front by 1. Ricky Fowler's a past winner at the event in the mix. Nick Watney's hovering. K.H. Lee in the conversation. What was the through line here on Thursday for those atop the leaderboard other than prominence in the year 2016?
Yeah, chaos, I guess, Joe, because some of these guys we haven't seen play well in quite some time. You know, you throw Matthew Wolff's name into the conversation as well, and you've got a lot of potential redemption, resurgence, whatever words you want to use. If one of them was to hoist the trophy on Sunday, I think it would be a compelling storyline. But TPC Potomac has been a great host. You know, there were some low scores available out there if you were able to hit good shots. I know that sounds simple, but that's not always a common recipe on the PGA Tour. If you were penalized for bad shots, you were rewarded for good shots. Jason Day, as you were alluding to there, Joe, was absolutely phenomenal. You know, he gained strokes across the board. It looked like vintage Jason Day, and he talked in his post-round interview with something that he told us himself on the First Cut podcast a couple of months ago. He still kind of struggles with that confidence. You know, he knows he was once the #1 player in the world. He knows he's no longer that player, but he still thinks it might be in there, and he's got to kind of convince himself a little bit of it. And he did a really good job on Thursday to go out and kind of plant a flag as your first-round leader.
Yeah, and sometimes looking at the numbers is the last thing you want to do if you're a guy like Day trying to get back to that level of prominence. Dialing into that scorecard specifically, 7 deep with a bogey. That's the lowest opening round for Day since he went wire to wire at the 2016 Players, of course. Rick, this is a guy who came into the week, as you alluded to, 154th in strokes gained tee to green. Took nearly 6 shots on the field in that department today. How do you explain that sort of statistical outlier and speak to what that means in terms of sustainability over the next 3 days?
As much as I love Jason Day, as much as I can remember the great years of 2015 through 2017, where he was literally for 18 months winning at a clip of Tiger Woods, statistically, Joe, it says it's unsustainable. You know, Jason Day has been a very consistent golfer this season. He's been consistently below average. You know, the strokes gained approach category specifically, nearly every single week for the last dozen weeks, he's lost between 1 and 2 strokes on approach. It's consistent. It's not necessarily a good thing, because what you like to see from some of these guys that might not have the pure talent anymore is you like to at least see some volatility, Joe. You like to at least be able to see that they are capable of gaining 3.5 shots, 4.5 shots, 5.5 shots in a single round. And we saw that here from Jason Day on Thursday, but it is seemingly such an outlier that while I would love it and I'd be rooting for him down the stretch, I would not be putting my hard-earned dollars on Jason Day keeping this pace.
All right, we did have 80 or so rounds in the 60s on Thursday at the par 70. That includes the always animated Sergio Garcia. His 3 under 67, although overshadowed a bit by a hot mic moment. Let's take a listen.
I mean, not when I got through here and everything.
Yeah, when you got into here and started searching is when I started to
I mean, but I can't, you want to swim through the river. I mean, I wasn't looking for the ball there. I was looking for the ball once I got over this side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was on this side of the river.
Okay, I mean, I started the clock when you got over into here. So, I mean, if you said you weren't searching for it, you were trying to get to the other side, then that's different.
So, you said it took too long? Can't wait to live this through. Can't wait to get out of here, my friend.
All right, so there it is. Just to recap, I can't wait to leave this tour. I can't wait to get out of here. He went on to say just a couple more weeks until I don't have to deal with you anymore. Obviously unhappy about the ruling there from the official, but let's unpack this a bit, because is that a Saudi League commitment or just standard Sergio stuff? How much are you reading into this comment?
I think he was pretty clear there, Joe. I mean, his agent did confirm that he requested a waiver to go play in that first of the Saudi-backed Live Golf events that we're going to get in a couple of weeks. And based on those comments that we heard from Sergio, can't wait for it. He's waiting, counting down the days, literally, before he can get over there. And you know, it's just another one of the on-course antics that we've seen from Sergio Garcia over the course of the years. And for someone like him who hasn't had much success recently, you know, he almost made those comments almost as if it was a threat, Joe. I think for it to be a threat, the people who he's talking to or the people who are watching at home or listening at home would have to care. I can kind of assure you we don't. You know, if he's going to go over and play on that tour, I wish him the best of luck, but I do not believe he is going to be missed here stateside. Yeah,
a lot of leveraging and posturing from those trying to dance that line between the two organizations, but $54.3 million in his PGA Tour career. Perhaps there's more money elsewhere. Rick Gehman, we thank you for your insights as always.
Thanks, Joe.
And don't forget, our guy Rick Gehman taking you under the ropes and into the action each and every week with our team on the First Cut podcast. Kyle Porter, Mark Immelman, the whole gang, breaking it down week in and week out on tour. Join the conversation right now. Download and subscribe to the First Cut podcast.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.